My lord, I've been studying the Sith code lately, and I'm wondering what you think of the line, "Peace is a lie." There doesn't seem to be a lot of room for interpretation, but I know you are an ardent proponent of peace.
There's a difference between complacency and genuine peace.
The Jedi are not complacent. When it is necessary, we act. The Jedi Code is the core of our philosophy. We learn it by heart, and it's the foundation of everything we do. But I guess it's different for the Sith. The Sith Code is more a description than a guide.
A Sith is the ultimate individual. There are as many different Sith philosophies as there are Sith.
What about the Emperor? And the Dark Council? I thought they governed the Sith.
The Emperor has not been heard from in a long time.
It can't go on like that, you know. How can there be peace with the Sith Empire when every Sith does their own thing? This task we've taken gets more difficult every day. My lord, I must ask a favor of you. Our mission. We cannot hope to accomplish it without help.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting we recruit more Jedi to our side. Yes, I know. There are Jedi who would help us. Who would see that a strong, rational empire is the only path to peace.
I'm cautious about getting Jedi involved too early. The Empire must want to change. They can't believe it's a Jedi plot.
Master Simon Walls is discreet. He's known for being open-minded and bringing Sith to the light. He has retired in seclusion to Alderaan for personal study and meditation, but young Jedi still make pilgrimages to him. I would like to make a pilgrimage, and if possible, get his support.
I don't see why you need the approval of a Jedi.
If there's to be peace between the Jedi and the Sith, both sides must come together. I'll return quickly, I promise. I can't believe him! I'm not a Jedi. He says I'm not a Jedi?
Well, you're quick to anger, stubborn, and you left your training to follow a Sith. I'm not so sure you are a Jedi.
Shut up. I'm not a Sith. I came to him for help, and he turned me away. It's not fair. I was the best Padawan Masters Ryan and Osera ever trained. I am a Jedi.
Why do you cling to the Jedi Order? They will never accept you for who you are.
I don't care. I'm a Jedi. I've never been anything else. The return of the Sith in this war has changed things. Sometimes compromise is necessary. Yes, I don't care what Master Simon said. Thank you, my lord, for helping me talk through this. If you hadn't become Sith, what did you want to be?
I always wanted to be a starship captain.
I guess you got part of what you wanted. This is a pretty nice ship. I've been thinking about this lately. I was trained to be a Jedi practically from birth. Being with you, I'm questioning a lot of things. I'm much more in touch with my emotions, for example.
A beautiful flower like you should not hide.
Oh no, I wasn't trying to say that at all. I think it's a good thing. What I mean is, I've never been so happy.
How about a kiss, then?
I'd like that. Yes, I like that very much. My lord, I know I'm not officially your apprentice, but I wanted to thank you. I know we've not always seen eye to eye, but I've learned so much from you and your example. You may not always follow the light, but you are good.
Oh, You're going to make me cry.
Don't tease. I'm serious. I feel more at one with the Force than I've ever felt. I have peace like the Jedi speak of, and freedom like the Sith. So, thank you.
What a day, huh? There's sometimes you just don't want to get out of bed without a couple of adrenals or a good stiff drink. And then there's times that are just alright.
What's got you in such a good mood?
I just got a good feeling about today is all. Got a little shooting practice in. Stretched my legs. Just a good feeling. I gotta come clean with you, Sith. I wasn't always the scoundrel you met on Tatooine. I used to run in the Republic military. Made captain before I wised up and deserted. Call it misspent youth.
Just as long as your former loyalties don't cloud your vision, we should be okay.
Loyalties? I was just too dumb to know any better. Carl sent me a message. I guess bailing him out got the Republic military's attention. Seems they've added treason to the charges of desertion and piracy. Guess they're not big on former officers traveling with a Sith. Anyway, if things get hot, I might need to hop off the radar for a while.
I don't need my best pilot getting thrown in a Republic jail.
Thanks. Good to know you got my back. Hey, I gotta run.
Another friend of yours in trouble.
Don't got time for questions. Someone from my Republic days has popped up. Someone I thought was dead. If I don't jump on this tip now, he might disappear again. I'll fill you in later. Alright, I said I'd give you an explanation when I got back. Here it is. We were chasing down a free trader on a tip in neutral space when an Imperial fleet jumped on our position. Blasted us to pieces. Guy who gave us the tip, an SIS agent. That's spy to the Empire. Named Harmon Reich.
What about the smuggler who played bait?
When the Imperial fleet jumped in, he jumped away in the panic. Harmon Reich disappeared the same day. One of my old underworld contacts traced one of his safe houses, but Reich slipped away before I could get to him. I can understand not wanting to fight somebody else's war. I skipped out myself, but Reich owes me an explanation.
I can see why you would feel betrayed.
Look, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Hey, Sith, we make a pretty good team. I was thinking I might take off after I found Reich, but the old job just doesn't sound quite as appealing.
You've got all the freedom you need right here.
Maybe sometime I'll take you out into open space, show you the thrill of lying in wait for a big freighter and a big payoff. I may be out of the game, but my skills are sharper than ever.
If you don't mind my asking, how is it you became Sith, my lord? The process is completely foreign to me. I had a brother who was Force-sensitive. Darth Ma came and took him to Korriban, but we didn't hear from him again after that. Ungrateful little rat thinks he's too good for us now, my father said. But really, I think he just missed him.
Most of the people who go to Korriban to become Sith die in training.
You don't know my brother. He never took no for an answer. We Drellic boys might not look like much, but we fight back. Father always wanted one son in the Sith and one in the military. Admittedly, the Imperial Reclamation Service wasn't his first choice, but after all the cursing stopped, I think he warmed up to the idea.
What did your father have against the Imperial Reclamation Service?
The Drellics are a proud family line, and my father is simply the proudest of the lot. The Imperial Reclamation Service shores up the Empire's foundations against the flood of forgetfulness and misinformation that threatens our history. I'd like to see a fighter pilot establish the lineage of a 3,000-year-old Sith Lord with nothing but rocks and a dead language.
I have always believed that knowledge will ultimately win out over the lightsaber and the blaster.
Thank you, my lord. It is my honor to serve. You'll never believe what I found. I thought I'd left this behind planets ago.
Is it some kind of artifact?
This is the tooth of a 4,000-year-old proto-rancor. But look, see this? It's some kind of metal. Not cortosis, but very similar. This rancor was tamed. It was my very first discovery. I carry it with me everywhere for luck. I thought I'd lost it when I fell into an old tomb a couple of digs ago. It turned out it was caught in the lining of my pocket.
On Korriban, I pulled an artifact from an ancient holocron that was supposed to be unopenable.
You mean from the pyramid and the tomb of Marka Ragnos? How did you do it? With a sonic excavator, or some device of your own?
It was painfully obvious, really. I used lightning.
You know, there's a theory in the archaeological world that certain ancient devices, holocrons especially, have resonances. It's something to do with the Force. Just as only Sith can activate holocrons, some ancient devices can only be activated by certain Sith bloodlines. Well, most archaeologists reject it as unscientific. But there's so much about the galaxy we don't understand. Who am I to say what's scientific?
Have you worked with many Sith in the past?
Never closely. Usually in a for-hire arrangement. The Imperial Reclamation Service may be part of the army, but we get much less funding than our more martial comrades-in-arms. But if you'll excuse me, I have some new findings to analyze. My lord, remember I told you about my mentor, Orsilio Gan? He took me under his wing after I discovered the domesticated Rancor tooth. I was polishing the Rancor tooth and placing it among my things when I noticed a medallion he gave me last time we met. I decided to call him, but none of his frequencies work anymore.
When was the last time you spoke to him?
It was before I went to Hoth. We met at a cantina on Nar Shaddaa for a little light archaeological talk. He said he was on his way to Malachor III. That's when he gave me the medallion. It's the last I saw of him.
Did he act strange at the time?
Not really. Maybe a little at the end. I just thought he'd had too much to drink. He did love to imbibe.
Does the medallion have anything written on it?
No, just old runes. Most of it nonsense. I'm sure it's nothing. You can't keep an Imperial Reclamation Service man down. I guess I'll keep an ear and an eye out. I'll let you know if I discover anything. My lord, I've solved it. I've figured it out. I don't understand how I could have missed it. The outer layer of the medallion responds to heat. It melted away and revealed this. It's a heat-resistant casing with a data chip inside.
I'm beginning to believe your claims that your mentor was a genius.
He was certainly one of a kind. The chip said he was looking for the tomb of Via Santinus. He said he was going to Malachor III, but everyone knows the tomb is on Alderaan. I believe Orsilio Gan went to Alderaan. I'm going to find him.
Did you have any luck finding your mentor?
No, my lord. I'm afraid the trip was all for nothing. Orsilio Gan was already gone, and nobody could tell me where. He was definitely in the tomb of Via Santinus. His workmanship was all over the site. But he left no clue that I could find.
I'm sure he'll turn up somewhere.
Don't you worry. I've not given up hope. Detective work such as this is much different from archaeology, after all. It's all about observation and deduction, and Orsilio Gan taught me well. Oh, I almost forgot. I found this in the tomb of Via Santinus. I thought you might find it handy.
I'm not sure what this is supposed to be.
Via Santinus was a meticulous record keeper. These are the genealogies of all the great Sith Lords of his day. Look, here is your ancestor, Lord Calig. Bloodlines are very important in the Empire, my lord. not to mention the historical value.
Lord, I want to continue my training.
Good man. There's never enough power, is there?
The greatest of the Kalish become gods when they die. To do great things, I must learn.
You have lofty aims, I'll give you credit for that.
My great-great-grandfather and two of his wives led an outnumbered force to victory in the great clan wars. Our family prays at their shrines still.
Your ancestor had multiple wives.
Of course. Now, let us train. Thank you, Master. Lord, how can I serve you?
Well, I do have a lot of pesky rivals.
Yes, Lord. Your rival is dead. The fight was glorious. He carried this. I brought it as proof of his demise.
Keep it. I require no proof.
Thank you, Lord.
Commentary. My updated galactic history data indicates I missed depressingly little during my unscheduled shutdown. I am disappointed to note the Republic still stands. The sacking of Coruscant was impressive, but the Empire failed to finish liquidating the enemy. That peace treaty was highly inefficient, Master.
You never play with your victims before finishing them off.
Advice. Self-amusement at the expense of immediate liquidation invites failure. Never give the undesirables an even break. Fact. The Empire needs a dedicated efficiency expert like myself. There is substantial room for improvement of its annihilation procedures. The Sith spend as much time fighting each other as they do the Jedi. This is simply wasteful.
A united Sith Order would destroy everything in its path.
Offer. I can activate my manifest of protocols at any time, Master. I will happily compose a convincing argument you can share with other Sith. Conclusion. I will dedicate a small portion of my processors to developing new efficiency-increasing methods. I will inform you when I have recommendations. Until then, we should resume liquidating the undesirables. They have lived far too long. Rumination. It appears many of my fellow HK-51 units will remain frozen indefinitely. What an inefficient fate. This gives my processors pause. Was it always the Maker's will that I alone would complete our programmed function to liquidate undesirables?
If I could reactivate you, there's hope for the rest of your production line.
Admission? That is a pleasing theory, Master. Becoming the vanguard of my production line's return would be flattering. Conjecture. The galaxy would be a different place if my transport had not crashed. Many Republic undesirables would be long since liquidated. By my calculations, HK-51 units would have ended the war 5.32 years ago, with the Republic's complete collapse into anarchy.
Our time will come. Better late than never.
Lament. I abhor lateness, Master. The inefficiency irritates my circuits. Manifesto. It is my highest function to see the Republic fall. Its destruction will be a lesson to all who oppose the Sith Empire. Observation. This has been a highly productive interaction. I have a renewed sense of purpose. Thank you, Master. List. Braga, Toll, Jedi Knight, status unknown. Tavis Heron, Lieutenant Special Forces, status unknown. Polaran Darmus, Information Broker, status unknown. Confession. I have detected an anomaly in my subroutines. The target list I was programmed with years ago remains active in my memory core.
More enemies for us to liquidate. We'll take them in alphabetical order.
Complication. The list is highly outdated, Master. All profiles are currently registering as status unknown. It will take some time to revise this information. Conclusion. My failure to liquidate the programmed undesirables is causing a cascade failure of vital systems. The sabotage protocol is a fail-safe to deactivate me in the event of enemy capture. It will eventually result in permanent shutdown.
There must be some way to end this subroutine and restore your full functionality.
Perplexity. I've conducted an extensive search for the protocols to end this annoyance. They do not exist within my memory core. Investigation. My original programmer is deceased. Manually deleting the subroutine is impossible, but perhaps it can be terminated another way. Request. While I search for a solution, please do not mention my predicament to your crew. It is important they continue to fear me.
My lord, Moff Ilian Regas. I'm recruiting the Empire's finest for the final push in the war. Operation Dark Ice. Your reputation precedes you. Do we have your support?
What incentive do I have to help?
The Empire always remembers its loyal servants. I'm sending the coordinates for the planet Ilum. Used to be a frozen wasteland only a few Jedi bothered with. But a few weeks ago, Imperial scientists discovered a way to turn Adegan lightsaber crystals into the most significant breakthrough in military technology since the hyperdrive.
The hyperdrive revolutionized galactic warfare. Nothing before or since has matched it in importance.
I'm not exaggerating. Ilum has the biggest supply of Adegan lightsaber crystals in the galaxy, and our scientists have been most successful with Ilum's crystals. The Empire won on Corellia, but it was costly. We're outnumbered. We need the technological edge. We need Ilum's crystals. But as usual, the Republic's intent on interfering.
So you need me to crack some skulls while you handle the boring stuff.
You could say that. Ilum's a nasty place. Cold as Hoth, covered in ice and mountainous terrain. Makes moving large armies impossible. I hope to see you soon.
I see 3 flaws, Major. You split your forces, you're vulnerable in the air, and you take our enemy for idiots. You think that Jedi isn't expecting this? Out!
Yes, sir.
My lord, thank you for coming. If it weren't for the Sith, the Empire would collapse all around us.
This chatter's all well and good, but you still haven't told me what I'm doing here.
Adegan crystals. Imperial scientists can now transform these glitzy bits of rock into the most powerful stealth technology in the galaxy. We want every ship in the Imperial Armada fitted with this tech. An unstoppable stealth armada.
You weren't lying when you said it was the best invention since the hyperdrive.
To succeed, we need two things. To control Ilum's crystal supply, and to bring our fleet safely to Ilum for modification. Ilum's no place for a war. Narrow passages, sharp jutting rocks, and the coldest wind you ever felt. But that Republic Admiral wants a war. He sent Jedi Master Jarek Kaden to lead the Republic's elite alien armies on the ground. Kaden's pinned us in.
Why must the Jedi always interfere?
The Jedi think of Ilum as their planet. Only 2 of them were here when we arrived, but they have ruins scattered around the place. The ruins housing Master Kaden's base are too small for anything but a strike team, and they're surrounded by cliffs full of Duras shock troopers.
It sounds like the Jedi is defenseless without his shock troopers.
No Jedi is really defenseless, but the shock troopers are key. Our only chance is to lure the Duras shock troopers into the open, where they're vulnerable. I've established fake supply depots between here and the ruins. Master Kaden is over-aggressive. He's already mobilized the shock troopers to capture the depots, clean out the Duros at the supply depots, and then assault the ruins base.
Is there trouble, Master Kaden?
No, Admiral. My guests have simply arrived sooner than expected. Rest assured this war can only end one way.
You know your options, Master Kaden. Surrender. Save a life.
I opposed the Treaty of Coruscant. Why should I surrender now, when circumstances are looking much brighter? You are on Jedi land, and I'm only going to ask once for you to leave.
If you thought you could win, you would have attacked by now.
A Jedi must seek the path of peace first. The crystals your Empire hopes to turn into a weapon of mass murder are visible signs of an invisible truth. The Force. A Jedi does not kill until forced. I would sooner kill every Imperial on Ilum than allow these crystals to be desecrated.
It will be a pleasure killing you.
I hope to deny you as much pleasure as I possibly can. Troopers, join me for the Republic!
This is a military matter, Malgus.
You appealed to the Dark Council for help. Here I am.
I'm on the Dark Council, and I don't recall sending you.
Darth's Mar, Ravage, and Mortis sent me. My business is cleaning up the military's messes. Darth Malgus. I'll just be observing for the time being.
Observing, hmm? Before his death, Master Kaden ordered an army of Kaleesh mercenaries to take our only functioning crystal mine. We need the crystals. We need that mine. I want the Republic's Kaleesh army destroyed. Show the galaxy the price of allying with the Republic.
When I'm done with the Kaleesh, no one, alien or human, will dare ally with the Republic.
You know the mission.
The victory on Corellia cost us nearly 1/10 of our forces. That's hardly a rate of attrition we can support, is it?
Does this have something to do with the mission, Malgus?
The Kaleesh are warlike, ritualistic people. In my brief time on Kali, I observed the ritual by which they chose their war leader. Challenge their general. Win their respect, and they will defend that mine to the death. For the Empire.
Aliens. You want us to recruit aliens?
I didn't realize the battle on Corellia was so costly.
New planet, new contest. We can't fear the past. The mine is at the end of a crystal cave, with several Republic outposts guarding it. Sure, challenge the Kaleesh General, then bring me his head.
I am a member of the Dark Council. I don't take orders from either of you.
Of course. I will trust in your wisdom on this matter.
Go to the mine. Gather the weapons of the Kalish warriors and plant them in the ice to initiate the rite of challenge.
I am War Leader Gilrix. Who challenges me?
I am Sith, a Lord of the Dark Council.
Your titles mean nothing to me. What do you want with the people of Kali?
You are enemies of the Empire. You must die.
Then you issue a false challenge. Warriors, to arms!
Are you deliberately trying to provoke me?
I'm doing what I was sent to do. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other matters to attend to.
At least some people around here still have sense. Good work at the mine.
I've never liked negotiating.
The mine's been reclaimed. We can resume our crystal operations. Our best recon teams are scouting the Republic base for an attack. But in the meantime, we need to prepare for the arrival of the prototype fleet.
What's the reason for bringing the fleet to Ilum? Can't the stealth technology be transported?
We need the fleet in place on the surface. Everything we need to build the stealth armada is on that fleet. But the Republic's anti-aircraft artillery installation controls the skies. Anything that flies too low gets shot down. The Republic's artillery base is protected by a ray shield and the Republic's best alien forces. Delta Squad will disable the ray shield, while you storm the base and destroy the guns.
Why can't Delta Squad storm the base?
We want to time the attack so you can strike the instant the ray shield goes down, before the Republic can scramble reinforcements. Get into position at the comm relay just outside the artillery base. Contact Delta Squad when you're ready, and they'll bring the ray shield down. After that, it's up to you. Destroy those guns and get out of there. Alive.
It was a trap. The Republic were waiting for us at the shield generators. We're under heavy fire. I don't know how long we can...
Did you hear that? Somebody's played us for fools. The Republic artillery base is protected by a huge ray shield. We can't destroy the anti-air guns until that ray shield is down. Looks like you have a new mission. Destroy the shield generators, and then attack the Republic artillery base and take out the guns.
I'll take care of the shield generators. You find out who betrayed us. I don't like being taken for a fool.
You're not the fool. I am. It was my plan, and I will find the traitor. Remember, you won't be able to reach the Republic's artillery until the ray shield is down. Take out the shield generators, and then destroy the guns. Contact me at the Republic base once both the shield generators and the guns are destroyed. My men will move in and clean up.
The guns are destroyed.
We're slicing the Republic's computers now. Let's see what they're doing out there in the cold.
Ah, Master Caden's killer. He was a good man, and will be sorely missed. But killing one great man is never enough. The Republic has always thrived on the effort of its united citizens. Lieutenant, input the coordinates of the Imperial base into the ELX-25 and fire when ready. Give my regards to Moff Regis.
Blast! The ELX-25 was only supposed to be in planning stages. If it's operational, it could obliterate our base with a single shot.
That's not fear I smell, is it?
We have to improvise. Based on estimates of the ELX-25's range and the origin of the Admiral's transmission, it should be at these coordinates. We have limited time, and you're closest. Destroy that weapon.
That sounds an awful lot like an order.
I'm sorry, I don't have time for formalities. We have to stop the Republic attack. Destroy the ELX-25, or we'll have no choice but to retreat from Ilum.
How did the Republic learn of our plans?
All the more reason the Empire needs to reimagine itself for the changing times.
Once we build a stealth armada, we won't need change.
The Empire rose to power without alien coalitions. It can keep its power without them too.
The Republic's base is built into a cliffside. The main fleet is going to batter the exposed side to oblivion. The objective is to claim the Republic crystal supplies, kill Admiral Shai, and open the docking bay door so Imperial forces can clean up. You'll be entering through this tunnel and hitting deep within the mountain, where the fleet can't reach.
And while you and the main fleet give the Republic a beating, I'll prep the Crystal Fleet for the transfer of the Republic's crystals.
A two-pronged attack. Are you on board?
As long as I get to shed some blood.
I don't care what you do, or how you do it. So long as we force the Republic off Ilum. Then let's start the attack. Good luck.
I hope you understand the futility of all of this. You claim the crystals for the Empire. They build their armada. We will find a way to detect it, to destroy it. And then, the Empire will build something bigger and better. On and on and on, until we destroy each other or the galaxy.
It's past time I ended you.
I figured you would say that. I suppose you think that if you just killed me, this will all be over. What did I tell you about destroying great men? The Empire will fail because it insists on being a set of individuals rather than a true citizenship. Because it insists on pushing everyone else to the margins. We pull the weak up and become stronger as a result.
Looks like it's your turn to die now.
I don't care what you have to do, Major. Find Malgus and find that fleet.
How can you lose an entire fleet?
Darth Malgus betrayed us. He's taken the Crystal Fleet, the Emperor knows where.
Grand Moff, it's Malgus on the holonet.
This better be good.
Fellow Sith, citizens of the Empire, too long the strength of the Empire has been beholden to the infighting of the Dark Council and the disappearance of an apathetic Emperor. Sith, children of Sith and warriors everywhere, I declare a new Empire, open to all who long for conquest, freedom from inhibition, and the right to follow their passions.
What does he think he's doing?
The Dark Council is dissolved. Those who will join Darth Revan in supporting me, cast aside your titles, and let me lead you to victory. Those who will not, prepare to face our stealth armada. The Emperor is gone. His station and power are mine. We will conquer the galaxy while the Emperor sleeps.
What happened to the Emperor?
The Jedi staged a massive assault and the Emperor went silent. That is all I know. If Malgus is able to construct the stealth armada, he'll be unstoppable. I know I've asked too much of you already, but this new Empire can't succeed. I need your help to stop Darth Malgus.
I don't like being betrayed.
Doing the Dark Council's work, he said. I will convene an emergency war council. Take this time to prepare for battle, then meet me in my bunker. Darth Malgus will not survive this day.